Hello. Before beginning today's topic, I'd like to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is what are my values? Now, I'm gonna come out of the gate and be very honest. I don't have fixed values. I don't have something fixed written that I can look at to answer this question. But I'll let you know how I came to be in this state that I don't have fixed values. I lived life, and one day I had what I call our first awakening. I became conscious of the fact that I can be conscious. For a good amount of time, I was in the seesaw. I was in that state of the best way to think is by not thinking. And then I was like, well, okay, let me try something different. And I went to conscious thought, right? And then that led me to my greatest gift, the heart. So I went from simply physical body. This is the first stage of your life. Then I stepped into the brain. That's when I had my first awakening. I was made very clear that I had a mind that was here to stay, and there was nothing that I could do about it. And then I was shown to the heart. So I can say, stages of life is body, physical, brain, mental, heart, ineffable. The reason I don't have fixed values is because the most important thing to me is understanding myself. There's a plethora of things that I can accept as my values. But as Sadhguru says, meditation, yoga, the goal of this is not to bend over, stay still for 5 hours, but is to obliterate your boundaries. Ineffable is probably the best word to describe me. But why? How is this obliteration make sense? The reason I'd rather not associate myself with one specific value is because I know how I perceive life. From where? Right? Living from the heart, maintaining an elevated emotion. We know this. So now I don't really need values. Like, I don't need to believe the best thing for a human being is responsibility or honor or honesty. Because when your internal system, when you are blissed out, when you are self-realizing, when you are realizing that you are creating what you want to feel at a chemical fundamental level, and you are observing it at the same time, you don't need to think about values. I don't need to think and sit here, should I go and cut down the tree? Whenever you break all your, when you obliterate your individuality, there's no separation with what I am and what a bed, a tree, my neighbor, my mother, headphones, a webcam. There's no difference. The goal of yoga, the goal of meditation is to obliterate all boundaries. When there are no boundaries, you do not need values. It goes back to do to others as you would have done to you. So, what values could I accept if I would just stop living my current life? Well, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I think maybe intelligence. And I say that to say, like, you have to be intelligent. We have a mental, physical, emotional, energetic aspect to ourselves. You have to know to operate through all of these. Through, what I mean by through, take it as a synonym to consciously. Let's pretend they have four strings. You gotta live, you gotta pick each of these up. So intelligence is probably like the most important thing. Now you might say, well, that's a horrible intelligence. We are live such a perfect world. Our exterior our exterior world is so well built that at a push of a button, one human being can destroy everything. Well, to that I'd say, the human being that is in control of his emotions, his energy, his physical body, and mental body is not going to create a negative internal reality. So when your internal reality is not negative, you do not need values. I don't need to try to not argue. I feel so good inside that I don't want to lose what I am feeling. So this has been my video about values. I invite you to join my family. We are individuals that live through the heart, masters at teaching the art of living through the heart. And this membership comes with 2 meditations daily, a weekly meditation, and a monthly meditation. If you want to obliterate your individuality, if you want to step into what has been called nirvana, cloud nine, if you want to bring heaven down to your physical life, if you want to live in heaven right now, I invite you. I order you as much as I can, right? To become a member. Why? Everything is a chemical experience for the body. How? How do I know I like a movie? Like, it fills me up. How do I know I'm attracted to woman or to my woman? When I first saw her, as I still see her, those are hormones. These are chemicals. Whenever I'm in fear, I feel it. Sadhguru says, we are but a chemical soup. I added to that whenever I was living through the heart, creating a amazing chemical experience within, and I now say, we are a chemical soup. How good does your chemical soup taste? With that, I also remind you to, I invite you to share this video on your social media with your parents, with your children, with your mastermind group, with your small group of friends, and also comment below. What are your values? And share with me topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. I hope to see you on the side of light. Goodbye.